Walmart contacted us and said they wanted to buy a division we had called 𝗪𝗓𝗧, which was like the Kmart of Canada, which was kind of a crappy, least valuable of the companies and the things that we had in Canada. And they came to visit me and they said, Richard, we've heard that Target was interested in buying 𝗪𝗓𝗧, and we have all these stores in Canada. I said, well, if you want to pay for it, you can buy it. Sure, we'll sell it. And they said, well, how much do you want to sell it for? I said, well, we don't look at it as an operating company. We look at it as 400 leaseholds that are $5 a foot under value. And if you take the dollars under value and put a 6% cap on it, we'd like to sell it to you for $2.2 billion. Of course, we just bought the entire business for $1.2 billion, 2 years before that. So they said, oh, that sounds a little steep, Richard. I said, it's going to be terrible if Target comes in and takes $5 billion of business. So I said to him, this is what's going to happen. No brokers. CEO of, I'm going to speak directly to Target and I'm going to speak directly to Walmart. Whoever signs a purchase agreement first with no outs can have it. And I'm going to tell each of you what the other guy is bidding. They're like, okay, I guess, do we have a choice? No. So they left. They had come to my office. I pick up the phone and what do? I call Target because I wasn't talking to Target at that time. And I said to Target, this is your last chance if you ever want to come to Canada because this is the last set of boxes available. And they had looked at it. We had talked about it over the years, but we weren't talking. So my contact, the head of real estate, spoke to the CEO. He said, we're interested. Come and visit us. So I flew up to Minnesota and they said, well, we're very interested. We'll take your best 50 stores for $500 million. I said, that doesn't work for me. And I got other people. And if you don't want to come to Canada, no worries. And I flew home. So then I got my first bid from Walmart. They would take 80 stores or 90 stores for $800 million. And I said, that doesn't work. Then Target came up to $1 billion. And then Walmart came up to $1.2 billion. And then I went back to Target, back and forth. By the way, I was the Walmart guy, so I was kind of shocked that I hadn't, that it was going this long. Finally, I get a call from Target saying, we'll take all of it for $1.85 billion. We'll give you $900 million at closing and the balance 90 days later. So I said, okay. So I flew up to Minnesota. By the way, Walmart at this point had kind of like just stopped. And I don't think they believed me that I had really gotten that much money from Target because I told them, $1.85 billion, it's your call. Yeah. And so I fly up to Minnesota with my small little team and the entire management team of the Target Corporation and 25 lawyers, all in conference rooms. And we spent 4.5 days. This was the HR conference room and the logistics conference room. And we went and negotiated a purchase agreement. Imagine selling a division, this large to Target. And by Friday morning, we had a completed purchase agreement. The Target board meeting was on Monday, and the closing would have been on Tuesday, was scheduled for Tuesday if the board approves. I get on a plane, fly back, go to my office. I'm sitting in my office Friday at 5:00. My assistant comes in and she says, the CEO of Walmart and the CEO of Walmart International, Doug McMillon, is on the phone. They want to talk to you. I'm like, oh, this is, your worst nightmare. So they were very gracious. They all knew what each other were doing. By the way, they all have spies at each other's offices and whatever. So they said, Richard, we are so sorry. We screwed up. We have to own that company. You cannot sell that business to Target. I'm like, and it's our fault. We are prepared to pay you another $100 million. I will send a team to your office this weekend and have it done and signed by Sunday night. So I said, guys, I'm heartbroken because I'm a Walmart guy. I did all this business with you. I had known Sam Walton and Rob Walton, and I have this great relationship, but I shook hands with Target. Thank God they didn't say they would pay me $200 million more, but for $100 million, my word was still good. And I said, I'm going to finish with Target. If for some reason the board of directors of Target Corporation turns me down, votes it down, I'll be back to you hat in hand, but I can't back out of the deal. And they said, we respect you, Richard. We understand. And click the phone. Monday on Needles, Target approves the deal. The next day, $900 million in cash gets wired in. And then another $900 million. The nice folks from Abu Dhabi got their $500 million back, plus another $250 million. During 2010, there wasn't a lot of people getting their money back. All my investors got lots of money. My father, who was the loveliest, smartest guy ever, had a smile on his face till the day he died. He never fussed with me, never raised his voice, never looked at me sideways till the day he died. And so that was that story.
How much money did you make on that deal in total?
It's complicated, all of these deals, because, you reinvest back in the stores and you renovate stores. But basically, from 2006 to this January, when Saks and Neiman's went bankrupt, we bought and sold and did a whole series of transactions. And we did fine. We would have done better if Saks and Neiman's hadn't gone bankrupt. That would have been a good move. But we did just fine.
So in doing some research for this podcast, I just Googled it. I'm like, okay, Richard Baker net worth. Google says $5 to $10 million. ChatGPT says conservative estimate, $750 million. And then you have other things that are saying like $1.2 billion. Explain this discrepancy.
I guess we shouldn't be looking at those Google and those places for people's net worth. They seem to be wildly incorrect.
And really quick, I gotta say, something that Jack and I have been trying to do a lot more lately is just to remove the annoyances that quietly waste time and energy, because those things add up fast. The thing is, we're always on the go. We're always trying to get to the next thing. So having a cleaner setup and a little more control in your day really goes a long way. And that is exactly why we absolutely love MagBack. The MagBack Elite case is so much more than just a case. It has the finger loop for a secure grip, side grips that feel great, a pinky pillow for comfort, and a built-in kickstand when you need it.
That is all built to make everyday use way better. And it also just comes with a screen protector, so that's one less thing that you have to worry about.
Then they also have their MagBack 3-in-1 home multi-charger that keeps everything clean and ready to go. You drop your phone, AirPods, and Apple Watch on it at night, and by morning, everything is charged in one place. What I really like about this is that it's not just like a mess of wires that looks awful. I don't have to try to plug and play and which one does what. It's all in one place, and it looks incredibly clean, and it just makes it easy.
I kid you not, Graham and I are genuinely huge fans of MagBack. I use their wallet, I use their phone case, and also on the side of my Tesla screen, I put my phone up there. It is so helpful. Check it out with this footage. I can guarantee if you're on Apple or Android, they have something for you. So if you want to make your setup cleaner and way more efficient, definitely check them out with the link down below, and don't forget to use our code, which is also down below.